Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is Pose Season 1, Episode 3, and the name of this episode is Giving and Receiving. Man, this show is getting better and better per episode. I mean, this episode was really good, and it was very moving. There were moments where, where I nearly broke down, because this was a very heavy episode, but yet it was very good, and I'm so here for Pose. Pose is an awesome show, and it's already been approved for a second season, so I can't wait for season 2. But I think this season, is only going to be 8 episodes. So we're now 3 episodes in, and episode 3 didn't disappoint whatsoever. So let's begin. It's Christmas time, hint the title, Giving and Receiving. In more ways than one. But it's Christmas time, and the house of Evangelista is in the Christmas spirit. They're decorating the tree and doing all the trimmings and stuff. And Damon actually talks about the tradition in his family, that this was like the happiest time. This is when he had the best connection with his parents. He even said that this is a time where, he can be overly flashy and very extravagant, and his father would embrace him, but any other time, his father was coming after him with that belt. And so we see that Blanca tells the house that you get one thing for Christmas. What I want you to do is that I want you to write it down on what you want, and I want you to put it on the tree, and Mother will take care of you. So they all are in the spirit. Even Poppy's in the spirit too. Poppy's funny. I really like Poppy's character, but still, I actually forgot to mention this the last episode, that Poppy's selling drugs, and the only person that knows about it is Damon. So we're gonna see how long he's gonna be able to keep his nose clean. But Poppy's hilarious though. But yeah, so they all talked about what they all wanted and and she's like, "Fool, I didn't tell you to tell me. I told you to write it down and put it under the tree, damn it." And Angel, we just see that Angel in this scene is not really feeling the Christmas spirit, and she's just kind of, turned off by it. And she asks Angel, what does she want? And Angel's like, I don't want anything. She's like, come on, there's got to be something you want. And she tells the story about when she was 6 years old. She went into this department store with her dad, and she saw these red pumps, and they were so pretty. They were like the prettiest thing she ever seen. So what she ends up doing is that she ends up stealing one of the pumps and puts it under her coat, and they go home. But once they get home, she's around her parents, and the pump slipped out of her coat. So here it is, this red high heel, is literally dropped from her coat, and both her parents are right there. And she literally begged to keep the pump. She wanted to keep the pump, and she begged and begged for it, and her father slapped her across her face. And she said that my father treated me differently after that day. And he said that he slapped me, one, because I stole, but mainly because of what I stole. So she just was just very, emotional when it comes down to that, because she has nothing but bad memories of Christmas. So, and if anything, everybody was kind of moved by the story. But then that damn Poppy, which is why I say I like Poppy. Poppy's like, well, if she don't want a gift under the tree, can I get hers? Poppy's hilarious. So we see that going on. Now, I'm also going to talk about the categories for the night. The first category at the ball was fur coats, darling. And man, we actually see that they are working these fur coats, and there was this one guy with a purple fur coat. Oh, he was giving me life, doing dips and everything. Laid the coat down, and he said, "Don't let that fur touch the floor." It's like, yes, the lining touches the floor. The fur does not, honey. And then you see that he literally did like a dip and fell back on the fur. I was like, wow. It was very reminiscent of the House of Ninja. For those who watched Paris is Burning, you know, Willy Ninja and the House of Ninja, they were voguing down, which is where Madonna learned Vogue from. So get into that. So he was literally giving life with that fur coat. And this is also the first category that Ricky walks in. At first he was hesitant, but Damon told him that, look, if you want to become part of the house, you gotta walk the balls. So, you gotta do you. So check out Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky came out there, and I think it was like a Jinx fur. And he killed it. He came out there with them shades. I mean, the band looked like he was like he was in charge of the girls. That's the type of vibe he was giving with that outfit. And man, I was so here for that. And he got first runner up. So he got a trophy in his first, he got a trophy in his first walk. And the next ball that they're going to have is the snowball, which is to celebrate the holidays. So that's the next ball that they have coming up. So then we see that Damon and Ricky literally try to, talk to Blanca about Ricky joining the house. So she's like, well, and like, of course, Damon's trying to sell it like, he walked in the category, he won one, and, Blanca kind of clocked and she was like, where'd you get that coat? He was like, and he at first lied and said that, it was his grandmother. She was like, boy, don't lie to me. Don't be trying to bullshit me. Where'd you get the coat from? And he said that he mopped it. He was doing coat checks at a spot and he took the coat. But he says, I was borrowing it. I was going to take it back. She was like, you know what? That kind of crap is not how we get down in the house of Evangelista. And she pretty much says that, look, far as what I see of you, you do got something, but you're cocky. And being cocky can be your demise if you're not careful. And she pretty much says that, look, I'll give you a trial run, but one thing you don't do, you do not get in the way of Damon's schooling, and you make sure you keep Damon on track. Now, if you do that, then we're good. So she pretty much put him on a trial run, saying that, look, one slip up, your ass out the dough. So we saw that go on. Then we get a scene with Pretel and the dance instructor at Damon's school. They both are at Roosevelt Hospital, and they're both going to see different people. Pretel is going to go see his lover, whereas the dance instructor is going to see one of her students. Both patients are suffering from HIV and AIDS. And it really broke my heart when I saw this scene of how inhuman the hospitals were treating the AIDS patients. They wouldn't change their bedding. They wouldn't change their clothes. They wouldn't bathe them. I mean, Pretel, when he went to the door, he saw that his lover's food was outside the door. They wouldn't even bring his food to him and didn't even give him any silverware to eat with. Like, this is inhumane, just inhumane bullshit. And it was just sad to see. I mean, it literally choked me up. Like, I could not believe that this is how they were treating AIDS patients back in the 80s. Because due to, because this during the time Reagan was in office, Reaganomics and all of that, people who were affected by AIDS, they were considered that God was punishing them for their lifestyle. So, why, waste our money caring for these people when it's their fault that they got AIDS, which is a load of bullshit and a load of hate. But this is what they were dealing with. And then we saw the dance instructor, she goes to see her student, who's actually, I think, one of her top students, but now he's dying of AIDS. This boy is literally dancing while on an IV, and when she tries to get him to lay back down, he flips out. So they had to sedate him. And then he asks her, like, what was I doing? Why was I out of my bed? And she said that, sweet baby, you were dancing. Because he had the heart of a dancer, and now he's dying of AIDS. And, you know, and it was like, it was really sad. You know, and then we see that, you know, Pretel, you know, has a scene with Blanca. You know, he's designing her outfit for the snowball. And pretty much, you know, she asks what is he doing for Christmas, and he was like, well, I'm not doing nothing. I'm probably gonna, you know, catch a movie or something. She's like, boy, what you mean you gonna catch a movie? It's Christmas. Like, what about that dude that you was with? And he had told him that he's at Roosevelt Hospital, and he has pneumonia, and it looks like he's not going to be coming out of there. And we really see that this has really shaken up Pretel emotionally. But shout out to Billy Porter. He is playing this role. Pretel is definitely one of those characters that I love. And him and Blanca have a conversation, and he was saying that the funny thing about it is that I've become somewhat used to it. Do you know how many lovers I have taken to the hospital and they never came back out? So he's like, it's gotten to the point where I've become accustomed to this, which is sad. Well, really, because it goes to show the actual negligence and the disrespect that was given to the LGBTQ community during that time, even in the medical field. They weren't even treated as human beings when they were dying in the hospitals. And we definitely see that this really shakes them up. And of course, it definitely touches Blanca, because Blanca is HIV positive. But then she said that, look, you know, that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I want to build something for my children. I want to leave my legacy behind. You know, and he was like, you ain't told your children yet, have you? She says, what good would that do? You know, I want them, you know, I want them to focus on what they need to focus on, not worrying about me. So we definitely saw that go on. So she invites Pretel to have Christmas dinner with them, and he actually, you know, comes to spend Christmas with them, which I thought was great, because Pretel is like family to Blanca and Angel and the House of Evangelista. Like, he's one of those people that's rooting for them, because he knows how much of a trip Elektra is. So it's cool that he's got Blanca's back. Then we get a scene with Angel and Stan. Stan done got her this nice ass condominium. You know, the place is decked out. It looked beautiful. You know, and they pretty much go back and forth, and she asks him on Christmas Day, can you come over for an hour and everything? And next thing you know, this is the time where they finally consummate the relationship, and Janet Jackson's Let's Wait a While is playing in the background, and I'm like, oh, that's one thing I also love about this show. I love the music. They be giving me great fucking music throughout each episode. So while Let's Wait a While is playing, she's saying, you know, let's go now. So finally, her and Stan finally had sex. So then we get a scene with the dance instructor. She gets a call, and she finds out that she finds out that the student that she wanted to go visit had died, and he didn't have any family. So it was like he was kind of cut from the same cloth as Damon. Pretty much, you know, rejected by his family, but lived a life to dance. But yet, you know, he got infected with HIV and AIDS, and he ended up dying at an early age. And it also kind of choked me up too, because she looked up and you saw a picture of the two of them together. So he was one of her top dancers, you know, and Damon has that potential, you know. So we see that before Damon shows up to dance school, he's trying to rehearse, you know, the rest of them, because their whole idea is that for the snowball, they're gonna walk in as a house and they're gonna be like Santa's little helpers, and they're gonna be, doing the damn thing, and enters, Blanca, the mother of Evangelista. So he's trying to get them, he's trying to do choreography for them and everything. Poppy is hilarious. And Ricky and Angel are kind of cracking up because, Poppy is just all over the place. But then he ends up leaving to go to school. And pretty much he shows up late. She calls his ass out. And literally puts him on the spot, and he's like, "You don't got to put me on the spot like that." She says, "See, my method of teaching is encouragement and shame. See, I gave you encouragement when I took you to the ballet, and now I'm giving you shame because you're not respecting the process and you're not respecting the time." Because at the end of the day, everybody got here. She's like, where you come from? "Oh, I came from Crowns Heights." "You managed to get here on time. Why the hell you ain't on time, Damon?" So, and pretty much she was saying that, look, greatness comes from failing time after time. So you don't have time to waste. You need to constantly learn and grow. And that's why, greatness and shame somewhat go hand in hand, because sometimes that shame actually makes you better. So she's like, "I'm trying to make you better." And pretty much he was saying that, but I've been busy doing choreography for the ball. She's like, "Oh, so that's what all your intention is going to? The ball? That's all you focused about? That's all where your focus is at?" She's like, "You know what? Get out of my class now." And she puts Damon out. We then later on see that Blanca goes to meet with the dance instructor, and of course she was like, she's like, "Oh no, Damon is not gonna blow this opportunity. He knows how serious this is, and he knows how important, and he knows how serious this is for me. So he's gonna get back on track." But then she starts talking stuff about the ball, though. The dance instructor was like, "Well, it seemed to me that instead of him worried about, walking in some ball and earning a trophy, he needs to be worried about his studies." And she was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Pump your brakes, Sister Kate. Now, I understand where you're coming from, but that doesn't give you the position to denounce where I come from. The balls is not just about the trophies. It's hard work. It's about presentation and about execution, and that is not easy to do. So don't you dare shade the ball like that." But she was like, "Look, in all due respect, he needs to understand the importance of management. He obviously can't do both." So she's like, "Oh, you're trying to tell me I don't know what I'm doing as a mother?" She's like, "No. What I'm saying is that a person like him is completely gifted. Like, he is a rare gem. He definitely has it. But if he's being distracted, it's gonna destroy him." So he's saying it's one thing of inspiration, but distraction can destroy inspiration. In order for inspiration to work, you have to be focused. And right now he hasn't been focusing. So she lets him know that, "Look, I'm about to make my next cuts, and the way things are going, Damon may be on that list." So once she finds this out, she lets Damon know. She was like, "Sweetie, your teacher called me, and me and her had a conversation, and he's like, 'Look, I'm sorry, I was trying to work things out, that's why I didn't tell you.'" She's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna do you one for you. Here's some subway, here's like some money for the subway, so you can't use that as an excuse on why you can't get there." And then she says that and since you pulled this stunt, you're not dancing in the ball. And he's like, "Well, okay, fine. Well, at least we got the snowball, and then after that, it's cool." And she's like, "Oh, no. no ball means no ball. Oh, that set Damon off. He was like, what do you mean? You know how important this is to me. You know what? I don't give a damn what you say. I'm going to go with Carlos. You can't tell me what to do. And Blanca was like, oh, really? Go if you want to. And you and your shit will be on the other side of the door. Fuck with me if you want to. And he's like, I really hate you for this. And she says, well, go hate me in your damn room. I'm like, there you go, mother. Get his ass together. Because at the end of the day, she put a lot. She believes in you that much that she got you into that school. And she's like, at the end of the day, you need to be focusing on your studies, and you can do the balls later. But we come to find out later on why Damon is so mad about not being at the snowball. So he really felt some kind of way. So then I'm going to talk about Steve and Matt right quick. Stan and Matt. I said Steve and Matt, my bad. Well, Stan and Matt. Matt is Stan's boss, who's played by James Vanderbeek. We actually see that Matt is like talking to some people, and then he sees Stan come out of this board meeting with some executives. And Matt was like, what are you doing coming out of there? He said that, it was an executive council meeting. He was like, I got this great idea, and one of my associates said that, why not take it up to an executive? And he's like, well, you're supposed to bring those ideas to me, right? He was like, yeah, but they just told me why not just take it to the executive, so that's what I did. And he was like, look, it was no disrespect to you. I mean, after all, that meeting was not closed to you. You could have just walked in and everything would have been fine. But we see that damn Matt and his conniving ass, his damn wheels are turning. And he was like, okay, yeah, it's alright. So, what are you doing for Christmas? Good question. So let me just tie it all together. See, what ends up happening is that, Stan ends up going Christmas shopping with his daughter, to buy a gift for mom. So he finds this beautiful bracelet for his wife, and his wife's name is Patty. And then, and the guy who was the jeweler was saying that, the best way to give a woman a gift is by her skin tone, because her skin tone will make that jewel pop. It'll give it life. So first, the bracelet, he had described his wife, and he got her this bracelet. Then he sends his little girl to go to the little playpen or whatever that's at the mall. Well, while she's gone, he asks about, something for, Puerto Rican, exotic. And he picks out this necklace that he really was going to give to Angel. I mean, pretty much he got a necklace, for Angel. And before that, that's when his daughter came back while he was about to make the purchase for the necklace. So while he's doing that with his daughter, tell me why the hell this motherfucker Matt shows up on Patty's doorstep with gifts, and then proceeds to kind of flirt with her, like one should never drink alone, because she was drinking wine. She's kind of going through it because now she barely sees her husband, because he's always working or he's doing other things, and we know what the hell Stan's been doing. And but also due to the fact that he got that bump from Matt, he's at Matt's disposal. Anytime Matt need him, he gotta be there, regardless of what the hell it is. But Matt tells, because pretty much Matt and Patty have a conversation, and Patty says that, well, as far as I know, he's more married to you and to his job than he is to me. I barely see him these days. And Matt was like, well, him not being at home was not because of me. I haven't been making him work extra hours. I don't know what he's telling you, but somebody's occupying his time, and it ain't me. And I'm like, you evil little bastard. And then proceeds to try to make a move on Patty by kissing her and shit. So it was a little bit after that is when finally Stan comes home with his daughter, you know, and he notices that damn Matt's in his house. Now, first of all, bruh, you know damn well that's a high form of disrespect. You never go to no man's house and sit with his wife and that man is not there. So Stan already was clocking like, oh, this motherfucker playing games. So, you know, of course, Patty is just like, you know, come here, baby, sit by me, you know, trying to distract herself, because I think in some way she was somewhat intrigued, because obviously he's giving her the kind of attention that Stan ain't giving her at this point, you know. And Stan kind of looked at Matt and said that the next time you want to come to my house, you call first. So I was like, oh, so Matt playing games, or because you overstepped me, I'm gonna overstep you and just show up at your house with some gifts. And like, they live all the way outside of the city, but he drove all the way out there. So Stan is peeping game, cause Stan playing games his damn self. So game recognized game. So he in a way was kind of realizing what Matt was doing, and he was kind of letting me know, like, motherfucker, you want to fucking you want to fucking come over my house, you call first. You just don't show up here and I come home and you up in here with my wife. And then she was like, oh, and then her ass lying and shit. Oh, we were just talking, that's all. He just came to bring the gifts and wish us happy holidays. I'm like, no, boo-boo. He was trying to get up in your panties. That's what he was doing. And probably, if his ass didn't show up within 5 minutes, he probably would have. You know, because he was playing on it. And she was kind of eating it up, even though she kind of pushed him away, because she knows that Matt's a playboy. He just got out of a marriage, and Matt will fuck anything. So we saw that go on. Okay, I'm going to talk about that next. Now, I'm going to talk about Elektra's ass. Elektra is trying to get reassignment surgery, you know, to become a woman, to become a full-fledged woman. She already is a woman, but she's trying to get the female, or pretty much the female organs. And you know, she was talking to this doctor, and pretty much the hospital is kind of, you know, underground, because, you know, the trans community was still very taboo at that time, and a lot of the doctors were not getting a lot of funding or support. So they went underground where they can actually treat their patients. And pretty much, you know, she's trying to figure out how much is it going to cost for her to get this corrective surgery. So so we see that her, you know, she's at home, and her children, you know, of the House of Abundance, 2 of them that are left. There's probably more, but I only saw 2 in this scene. They sitting there talking to her. One of them, I think, is Candy, who recently met with Blanca at the Boys Town bar or whatever. But pretty much, you know, they're going back and forth or whatever. She's talking about her corrective surgery and all of that, and you know, she was saying, you know, pretty much she was saying that, hey, you know, why not you ask your rich boyfriend, you know, your sugar daddy, to help you out or whatever. And she was saying that, oh, you really think this is all easy, huh? You think because I got a rich man that I can just come to him like that? She said, first of all, he counts every single penny that he gives me. He counts everything, and like, he has her on a strict budget, and he even counts every gift he gives her. So you already know, at the end of the day, ain't no love there. It's all about control and access. He controlling the situation by paying you, and now he got access to you anytime he wants you. That's pretty much what the arrangement is, and Elektra knows it. So she's kind of flipping out because she got this fixed situation and she wants to get this surgery, but she doesn't have the money for it. So they decide to run an operation. She gets, you know, the girls, you know, they see that there's they pretty much uptown, think like Madison Avenue. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. They see that there's a Salvation Army there. Tell me why she runs amok where she gets candy to distract the Santa Claus and all of that. And while that's happening, tell me why the hell that damn electric came with some pliers, cut the damn chain, and ran off with the damn money. And I'm like, see, them motherfuckers will do anything. You know, high criminal shit. But trip this, though. They count the money down and found out it's $2,300. Now, you would think she would use this to actually, since she got the girls to help her out, that she would use this towards, you know, the holiday cheer, the holiday spirit, you know, for her girls. And they talking about, oh, I can get this and I can get that. And she's like, yeah, sweetie, hopefully your dreams will come true. If that bitch takes the money and puts it as a down payment on her surgery, I'm like, how selfish and self-centered can you get, Electra? Damn, bitch! Like, you got them to help you, and you ain't cut them nothing. And you put all that as a down payment towards her surgery. But then again, the question is will that surgery, you know, have a backlash with your sugar daddy? Because, you know, you got some men who like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. The question is he going to be okay with you cutting it off, honey? Time will tell. So that shit really got me. I was like, bitch, you are so simple. Like, that is messed up. But then we also get another category at the ball, and it's Stone Cold Face. And let me highlight, did I not see my boy Emery Johnson serving it on the runway and shit? I was like, oh shit. Emery from BRTB TV Productions, Triangle, and Dark Horse. I'm like, yo, props to Emery Johnson, you know, for getting a part, because he was definitely serving face, because y'all know Emery's gorgeous. So he was serving face, you know, on the runway, and I was clocking. I was like, "Oh shit, Emery, I see you, bitch! Yeah, that's what's up." Because, you know, I'm happy for my BRTB TV family, so it was good that he actually got a role, you know, working the ball of Stone Cold Face. So this was a face category. It's all about the mug, honey, and Emery was serving it. But Angel came and she delivered, and she ended up winning. Now, also another thing that happened is that we actually see that after, and this is the actual snowball that, you know, that I was talking about, you know, the Stone Cold Face. That was a part of the snowball, and that was one of the categories. So we see afterwards, you know, Damon and Blanca have a one-on-one, and he breaks down and says that, look, you know, the reason why I'm so adamant about Christmas is because it was the only time where things was innocent. You know, Santa was real, but then now I know Santa's not real, and life ain't so innocent anymore. So it was me trying to go back to recapture that happy time that I had with my parents, you know. And we literally saw that Damon broke down. So Blanca understood why he was upset, why he couldn't be a part of the snowball, because Christmas was his favorite holiday, and we can definitely tell that he wished that things were better with his parents, but he's now in the world alone. But Blanca has been that mother figure for him, so it was a very touching scene. And on Christmas Day, first I'm gonna talk about what happened over there at Stan's house. Stan's mother-in-law is there, and she is this smoking, old shit talking granny. You hear me? She all like, he's talking about he got the game of life for his daughters, and he was telling her how the game was played, and she's like, oh yes, and what about the ones who piss away their money like they have no tomorrow? What do they retire with then, huh? And he's like, Bonnie! Yeah, so that's Patty's mom. And we see Patty is in the kitchen making eggnog. She is real smug and giving no type of... there's no Christmas spirit right there with her. And then the next thing you know, he gets the gift. And, you know, that... Because she left the gift under the tree. Matt got to her ass. So So all of a sudden, she flips the fuck out. It's like, oh, well, Matt told me your ass ain't been working these extra hours. So you obviously sleeping with another bitch. Who's this whore that you're seeing? And yes, and why is it that our daughter said that she saw you buy a gift for someone else? Like, what's going on, huh? You really are that damn inconsiderate of my feelings that you would buy a gift for another woman in front of our child? And then, of course, you had the mother in the background, like, you know your mother can't stand me. Why would you even talk about this? And she's like, it has nothing to do with me. I was like, her mother is a damn mess. But what he ends up doing is that he gives her the box. And he says that, first of all, why the hell you up here listening to Matt any fucking way? Second, I have been working and I've been working very hard. Look like this is your gift. And when he opens the gift, he gave her both the necklace and the bracelet. So the necklace that was originally meant for Angel, he gave to his wife. And Angel, we see at her new apartment, she baking cookies. She's giving like white girl teas. Just know that her man's gonna come. Stan's ass ain't never show up. So we saw right then and there. She's and it's like she's not getting it. She's not getting that you're really just a kept woman. You will never be, you will never be the missus. You will just be something that he will always have access to, and something that he will support so he can get that access. Kind of like Elektra's situation. But the thing is, Elektra knows what she has. Angel is not getting it because she didn't call feelings for the boy. But, he's never going to be loyal to you. Like, he deals with you when the time allows him to deal with you. So we see that Angel was hurt. So we see that she ends up going over, to Blanca's for Christmas dinner. Blanca lets her know, like, look, I know you feel some way about your married white boyfriend, but boo-boo, enjoy while you can and get over it because you here with your family now, and just know whatever goes down, your family gonna always be here for you. And then we see also Pre-Teller's there too, and him and Poppy having a moment too. He's like, boy, if she wanted to know what it is, she wouldn't if she wanted you to know what it is, she wouldn't even unwrap it. So why are you doing all this extra shit? And I thought it was funny. And then they done burnt the damn turkey, so they end up going to a Chinese restaurant. And while they're there, Blanca decides to exchange gifts before they eat. And she gives a jacket to Poppy, which he's really excited. Damon, she gives a book bag along with some socks and some things for school, because she's letting them know, like, school's number one. And she even gave a gift to Ricky. Oh yeah, and also we see that Ricky and Damon actually consummated their thing too. They finally decided to have sex. So I'm like, how is this going to play out? Because next episode, it looks like, Damon comes down with the fever. Question is, what's really going on with that? He kind of has like a little medical situation. So that's going to be interesting on how that plays out. But yeah, now Damon has, he's no longer a virgin. So, in light of the Christmas spirit, he actually gave Ricky some of his Christmas cookie. But I'm saying though, love Ricky down, but let's remember, Ricky was homeless. And Ricky did have a thing for the girls, and Ricky was in charge of the girls, so he was getting it. So definitely that's sticking in mind that, what if he got something? But he may not have HIV or AIDS, but when you out living recklessly like that, you never know. But I love how Ricky is now that he's in the house. He was really touched that Blanca thought of him. He really feels that he's a part of a family now. And she also gave Pre-Teller a camera where he can, she says, when I first saw your work, it was always in black and white. Now you can bring color because I choose to live in color, and and your greatness should be seen in color as well. And the last gift she gave was to Angel. Angel at first didn't want to open it, but tell me why the hell her crazy ass opened the damn gift with a fork, and they like, really, bitch? I mean, she be giving straight white girl tease. Love her down though. And when she opens the gift, it was a pair of red pumps. And it really touched her. And I was like, wow, that was deep. You know, she really said that, no, we your family, and we knew how much you love those red pumps. We gonna get them for you. Where your mother and your father rejected you for it, we're embracing you for it. So that spoke volumes. And then another thing they did is that the crew actually, the house, they got a gift for Blanca, and they gave her this charm bracelet with a heart, and it said that you are our heart, Mom. You are a true mother. You're our heart, and we're all living because of you. And we definitely see that touches Blanca, but she knows it makes her even more stronger because she knows, because of her HIV status, she doesn't have long, so she wants to live her life to the full and give the best that she can. So yeah, so that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. But subscribe to my channel. Click that bell to get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social networks. I have them all listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and I'll be back with the next episode of Pose right here on KRS TV. So until next time, everybody, take care.